It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello and welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'm your host, Pat Disabato from the Daily Southtown newspaper, and we are at the Beggar's Pizza location on 127th Street and Kedzie Avenue in lovely Blue Island, across the street from my alma mater, Eisenhower High School. Have a great show for you tonight. Lemont boys basketball coach Rick Runnis will be our guest. Indians are playing outstanding ball. They are 13-9 overall, 6-3 in the South Suburban Blue. They host Bremen Friday night, 7 p.m. tip-off. Should be a good one. The Indians should win. Before we go to this Beggar's Pizza timeout, folks, I'd like to congratulate Michael Schofield, Sandberg graduate, starting offensive lineman on the Denver Broncos, won the Super Bowl in his second season in the NFL. So he joins a long list of local Southlanders who have won Super Bowls. And kudos to him, man. That's outstanding stuff for Michael. Great kid, great family. So congratulations. All right, folks, we're going to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. We return. Lemont boys basketball coach Rick Runnis will be our guest. Stay tuned.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
Hello, boys. I'm a drop-dead gorgeous pepperoni sausage, hold the vegetables deep dish pizza. Just look at my cheese. Your place or mine. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
At Standard Bank, we help our neighbors make tomorrow brighter. Families count on us for personal service and banking convenience. Business owners find smart solutions and the resources to capitalize on new opportunities. It's one thing to locate in a community, quite another to invest in it. That's what we do at Standard Bank. We're people you know, services that make your life easier, and financial strength you can count on. We're Standard Bank, in your neighborhood.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, we're joined by two guests. One, a medium deep dish, cheese and sausage, compliments of Beggar's Pizza, and Rick Runnis, Lemont boys basketball coach. Rick, thanks for coming on board, man.
Appreciate it, thank you.
It's been 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Since your last appearance, when we made the ride out to Lemont in the gym. It was all good. You guys are, and you're rolling now, 13-9, man. That's outstanding. Good to see. So I know a coach is never fully satisfied, so up to this point, through 22 games, what's your assessment of the season so far?
Well, like you said, not fully satisfied, happy but not satisfied. That's kind of been the message of the last month or so. Happy with the effort we're getting and the way things are going along and just the way the kids are treating each other and treating the game, but just not satisfied with the number of wins we've gotten.
Yep, you've lost some tough ones, right?
We have, my joke right now, I don't know if it's a joke or what, but we're just good enough to get beat.
Yeah.
We're good enough to win a lot of games, and we've lost 9 games, no game more than 8 points.
Wow.
We're right there against some pretty good teams. We put together a good schedule because we thought we'd have a quality team this year. So, we're proud of the fact that we haven't ducked anybody, but we'd like to have a few more wins out of there.
It's amazing. 3 wins, and you're looking at 16-6. You're like,
yeah,
wow, man, it's crazy. So what are the strengths and weaknesses of this team?
Well, I like the way the kids play together. I like the way they compete. I like the way they prepare. They really respect the game. They respect each other, and thankfully they listen to their coach every now and then. In terms of challenges we have, I'm not sure we have that go-to post guy with his back to the basket, offensively and defensively, that automatic. And I'm not sure how many teams have that, but
it's a down year for that this year. You know, there's not too many guys out there. Big men like last year. You know, we had some guys that can do that, but this year's been a little down.
Yeah, and then we struggle staying in front of people sometimes. So in terms of perimeter defense, that's probably something we struggle with.
I'm telling you one thing though, if Nick Wiz is coming through the lane, I don't think there's many guys that want to step in front of that guy.
No, you know what? It's fun to watch him because he's got an old school flavor to his game.
Yep.
His footwork is outstanding, and it's something that he's worked on. And we continue to just add little things to it, try to get him to go left every now and then. But he's so good and so powerful turning to his right that, like you said, it's tough to want to stand in the way.
I can't wait to watch him on a baseball field this year, man.
Yeah, I could wait.
You want to put it on, right?
I want him
nice
to, yeah,
long
exactly.
postseason run.
Yeah,
I got
that'd
you.
be nice.
I got you. What has surprised you most about this season?
What has surprised me? I don't know if there's been any great surprises. Just that, you know, it's fun to watch the guys when things are going well and they play together, when they share the ball and just keep the ball moving. That's the thing. The surprising thing is maybe that, you know, there hasn't been a sense of urgency all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's amazing every year, and now we're starting to feel it. You know, these seniors, you just kind of remind them it's February, and they're like, oh my God, you know, I might never play basketball again after this. So what's surprising is that, you know, in maybe in December and January, we didn't play with the urgency that maybe we're putting together now.
Yeah. Better late than never.
Better late than never, yeah.
Well, you've got a kid, a junior guard by the name of PJ Pipes, and he's averaging around 20 points a game, one of the top scorers in the area. A lot of fun to watch. What do you think makes him such an effective player, man, specifically on offense?
I think he just plays with an edge and an attitude, and you know, it's just on the verge of, you know, being angry with that edge, but at the same time being controllable. And he's really an outstanding kid. He got a great family, receptive to coaching and stuff, but I think a lot of the great players do play with that edge, and we just kind of want to confine it and hone it and make sure he matures into understanding what that edge is valuable for, but then how it can also get in his way. And you know, one of the things about him as a scorer is, you know, there's been games where you're like, oh man, PJ's not playing well, he's not doing this, he's not doing that, and then at the end of the night he's got 24 points, you know, so that really says something about him as a scorer. But at the same time, he's got his head up, you know, he's looking for his teammates, and he's not a selfish player by any means, and so it's really exciting knowing that he'll be back next year.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're very excited about that. I don't think your opponents are, but you're very excited. I think I saw one of those games from him too. I covered you guys against Rich Central and Joel in MLK tournament, and he, you know, first half he couldn't buy a bucket. I think he had 2 points, and then the second half he exploded at 20-something points. And really, he's a
we went into halftime. He had 2 points, but he wasn't really playing poorly. He just was shooting poorly, and it was just one of those things as a coach we just glossed over. We were talking about adjustments, and we just kind of offhandedly said, and we know PJ's not going to shoot like that in the second half, and he just shook his head, you know, to say to his teammates, no, I'm not. And then
he was outstanding. Man. Wow. So if all the pieces come together here, you guys are playing with that urgency, and PJ's on, and the rest of the guys are flowing. What do you think these Indians are capable of achieving this season, man? As the season.
Well, if we're on and we play some defense, we're capable of beating a lot of teams. Over Christmas break, we beat a good Downers Grove North team over at the Romeoville tournament by scoring 80-some points. You know, when we play defense, when we rebound the ball, that's when we've been close. And our mantra, too, is just one more. I mean, with just one more possession, one more rebound, one more basket, and, you know, a couple of those games that we've been real close, and maybe we get a victory. And the best time to do that would be when the playoffs come around.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, I was talking to Don Houston at Hillcrest. He said, man, you guys gave them all they could handle, man. That was...
That's nice for him to say. It's easier to say when he gets the win. I would have liked to have him say that after a loss. But, yeah, we obviously respect the Hillcrest program.
Yeah, but it's good. You guys got a nice little rivalry going with those guys.
It's fun.
All right, folks, we are going to go to a Lisa Thomas Salon timeout. When we return, more with Rick Runnis, Lemont boys basketball. Stay tuned.
only make one first impression. So make sure it's a good one with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where it's fun and affordable to get the latest trends. Girls, head to the salon and get pampered for only $27. Guys, get the cut and style you've always wanted for only $17. Or try out our other salon services. It's time to get noticed. Only at Lisa Thomas Salon. Your style, perfect style.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's is a trained technician and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by this deep dish pizza, compliments of Beggar's Pizza. Look at this beauty. Ah, that is just, that's mouth-watering, Rick, isn't it?
Steam's coming off.
Steam's
I see
coming
it
off.
from here.
Jeez, oh, I can't wait to have a couple pieces of that. That's going to be all good. All right, folks, just joining us, Lemont boys basketball coach Rick Ronis is our guest. All right, Rick, when you look at the program, obviously, and you've got, obviously, P.J. Pipe's one of the top juniors in the area. When you look up and down this program, you like what you see right now or what?
I do. I really like the way that the community has embraced the program. You know, we're in touch with the youth programs in the area. You know, we've got a great facility that the kids belong to at an early age. The Lemont Athletic Club does a great job getting kids involved in basketball, and then there's a couple of, you know, always a couple of kids that do a little extra, go outside, but Lemont within itself, we've got that Lemont Athletic Club I mentioned. Also, the Lithuanian World Center has the Lithuanica program that, you know, we're tight with. So, you know, we've tried to, you know, embrace Lemont, and in return, I think Lemont has done I've been very appreciative of the way they've embraced our program.
Yep. Well, folks, if you've never been to Lemont, it is the only high school in the Southland that boasts a double-decker, you know, parking garage.
Yeah, that's nice.
You know, that's pretty sweet, man. That is,
As a teacher, I don't have to go up to the second or third floor, so I couldn't tell you what's up there, but
it is very nice. It is very. Let me tell you, it is very nice. Yeah, that's good. That you guys have really developed some contacts with these feeder programs, and 6th, 7th, 8th graders, they're chomping to play for Lemont now. You got that going. That's cool.
And that's part of the Friday night thing, you know, where you get the kids in, and we had a lot of them there for Hillcrest. We had them in for Pack the Place earlier, and we get them in, and I think it's just the future. We're just going to keep, you know, the program up at a good level and hopefully even build it from there.
Yep. Well, a couple years ago, Rick, I mean, 2 seasons combined in 2011, 2012, and then 2012, 2013. You guys were 48-7. Uasis Balcionis, speaking of Lithuanian, he was a big part of that. But how much did those 2 seasons help get the ball rolling here to get this program to the level it is right now?
I think a lot. I think it jump-started it in a way, you know. We were kind of doing everything undercover for a while. Not too many people knew what we were up to and what we were all about, but you know, beating Hillcrest and Lemont that night, and you know, all those wins, the Christmas tournament championship, winning a holiday tournament over at Lincoln Way Central, all those things, just the winning brought people in, and just seeing the brand of basketball we were playing, and the leadership that Uaz has provided, as well as players like Joe O'Brien and Mike Wiz, just catapulted our program, you know, to the level it is now. And then now we talk to our players about respecting the past and also building their own future and creating their own history. So that's the goal now.
Yeah, and I find it mind-boggling when I see kids from Lemont not going to Lemont High School, you know, going to some of the private schools in the area, and it blows my mind because academically, unbelievable school, facilities are unbelievable. You look at the student athletes that, not in just basketball, I'm talking football and baseball, the achievements, and where these kids are going to college. You're not talking, you know, they're going from anywhere to the highest of the highs, you know, to Division II to Division III. I mean, I don't know what else you guys can do. You know what I'm saying? It's unbelievable.
You know, I appreciate you talking about the whole program and the academics, but I'll add to that, you know, female athlete, Taylor Campos, Wendy's Heisman,
How about that?
Winner of the year. You know, you can't get any better than that. So there's a cross-country runner going to the University of Chicago. So, I mean, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to be, you certainly can accomplish it at Lemont High School.
There's no doubt. And you can get a darn good burger, too, in Lemont as well. Nick's Tavern, you know, you can have a Coke there, but the burger it's all about the burger, man. All right, so going back to your days at TF North, what has changed most about high school basketball in this area?
I think the main thing that's changed is the perimeter game. It's a lot more jump shot oriented now. That three-point line, there's just more and more kids, more and more programs taking advantage of that line, and I think it's opened up the game in general, where it's, you know, at North, it might have been us, what we were trying to do and what we had, but just competing at that time, you know, Thornton and Homewood, Flossmoor, Bloom, it was got to get in the paint, you got to get to the basket, you got to protect the basket. Now it's, you got to protect the whole floor, you got to protect the line, and you got to make that shot. And if you don't, you have a hard time competing.
Yep. I think I'm going to check out TF North Wednesday against Hillcrest.
I think I am too.
That's going to be an interesting game. Who do you consider the team's biggest rival? And if you could schedule any team, who would you like to see put on your schedule?
Well, I think our biggest rival, what I'd like to promote to our kids as our biggest rival, is Hillcrest. They probably don't consider us to be that, but I mean, we got to aim for the top. I mean, we talked to the kids that week of the Hillcrest game, before the game. You know, when we got here, Lemont thought of other schools as their rival, and we said no. That can't be our rivalry. Our rivalry has to be Hillcrest, and we get up for that game, and you know, our crowd respects that game and respects that program and knows what that game means. In terms of scheduling, we've pretty much been able to schedule who we've wanted to, and we're also very appreciative that we've been invited to some of these showcases now and shootouts. So respect for our program, and I think respect for the crowds that we bring. So, you know, we're very appreciative of that, and we want to continue to represent ourselves in the school the best way we can.
Yep. All right, and then finally, if you could be the commissioner of high school basketball, what would you like to see changed or implemented? Be it three-point shot clock you'd like to have implemented? Would you like to see the three-point stripe get extended back a little further? What would you want to do?
You know what, the one that comes closest to my mind right now is to bring that little circle out, the defensive circle, so that kids can't set up under the basket to take a charge. Thursday night we were playing Oak Forest, and we had a charge against us, and I said, the kid's under the basket. And he's like, Coach, there's no line in high school. I said, well, there should be, and the ref said, I think there should be too. So
that's what you'd like to see.
That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, that would be interesting. You know, but as the thing is right now, I think you need to. I'd love to see a shot clock, but I think that three-point stripe might need to get back a little bit. And kids are knocking that down like it's pretty average now.
It's not too bad. You know, the shot clock's a tough one because it adds another person. That's more money for schools to pay, so that's a tough one.
That's a tough one, and they don't want to do that. But it has its pros and cons, no doubt. All right, well, Rick, thanks a lot for coming on board, my man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. And folks, remember, Lemont hosting Bremen Friday, 7 p.m. Get out there. Stop at Nick's beforehand, have a burger and a cold one. All right, we come back. Text poll question of the week. Chance to win a $50 gift card. Compliments of Standard Bank. Players of the week. Lots of good stuff. Stay tuned.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
I'm a half sausage for you and your husband, and a half just cheese for the kids, who never seem to stop moving. Go ahead and take the night off, Mom. I got you covered. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
At Standard Bank and Trust, we believe that choosing a community bank and finding the latest conveniences are not mutually exclusive. You can have both. We strive to give our customers value and convenience, like online banking with mobile deposit, so you can bank anywhere, anytime, and competitive rates on mortgage and home equity loans. At Standard Bank, you'll find services that fit your lifestyle and people you know. We're Standard Bank, in your neighborhood.
Hi, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'd like to thank Rick Rennes, Lemont boys basketball coach, for being our guest tonight. Results segment sponsored by Athletics. All right, folks, get out your text poll question. This one's got some Lemont flavor to it. All right. What year did Lemont win the Class 3A baseball state championship? I'm laying this one on a silver platter for you Lemont fans, okay? Text A if you think it's 1997, B for 2014, C for 2013. Text your answer, A, B, or C, to 708-365-8501. Texter number 4 with the correct response wins a $50 gift card. Compliments of our good friends at Standard Bank. Locations throughout the south and southwest suburbs. All right, folks, results segment sponsored by Athletics. All right. Mount Carmel 63, Seton 51 for the Caravan. Christian Peavy 20 points, 11 boards. Jake Rohde 17 points, and Henry Hudson with 9 for the Caravan, who are having an outstanding season under Mike Flaherty. For Seton, Javon Freeman 20 points. Franklin Felix 13 points, 10 boards. Brother Rice 48, Leo 45. Big win for the Crusaders. For Leo, Coriel Robinson with 14 points. Amir Holmes had 13 for the Crusaders. Josh Nego, 13 points. Jake Shepsky, 12 points. Game, I was at, but it kind of bumped up the starting time from 6:30 to 4:30. Rich, and no one told me, unfortunately. Rich South 36, Rich Central 34. For the Olympians, Jeremiah James, 13 points. Glenn Abram, 11 points. Let me tell you folks something. Jeremiah James, one of the most under-the-radar seniors. This kid's averaging about 18 points a game, and some colleges should be jumping on this kid. And Glenn Abram, a junior, he's averaging over 19 a game. And I'm going to tell you, some colleges should be jumping on Glenn Abram, only a junior, got another year to go. But strike when the iron's hot. For Ridge South, Dominic Martin, 20 points, 9 boards. Hassan Bilal, game-winning bucket with 6 seconds left. And Trenton Sudath, 10 rebounds. For the Stars, who are on fire, they've won 6 in a row. Bennett 47, Maris 44. For Bennett, Jason Malanga, 15 points, 5 boards. For Maris, Kevin Lerma, 16 points, 6 boards. Shamar Hawkins added 11 for Maris. All right, folks, the Labriola Bakery Cafe Golden Baguette Player of the Week. Talk about a guy that's tearing it up recently. Anthony Donardi of Providence. 27 points and 10 boards to lead the Celtics to a 57-55 triple overtime win over a St. Lawrence team that was on fire as well. So, for Anthony, a senior forward, 6'4", we're going to hook him up with a $25 gift card, compliments of Labriola Bakery Cafe in Oak Brook and Chicago. Either location, you can't go wrong because you're going to get some extremely tasty vittles, pastas, salads, soups, desserts, burgers. It's all good at Labriola Bakery Cafe. All right, the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week. We're going to hook up Emma O'Grady of Evergreen Park. She scored 19 points to lead the Stangs to a 54-46 win over Eisenhower. Now, that's the kind of guy I am. Girl takes out my alma mater, and I'm still hooking her up with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week. For Emma's efforts, we're going to hook her up with a nice goodie bag. Little products, gift card, maybe some swag, compliments of Lisa Thomas Salon, locations in Mokina, Orland Park, Tinley Park. And remember, high school kids, flash your high school ID. Girls, $27 haircut. Guys, $17 haircut at Lisa Thomas Salon. They're givers. They're from Blue Island. What do you expect? All right, folks, we are going to go to a Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. When we return, a little high, a little tight. Stay tuned.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oakbrook Promenade.
You can only make one first impression, so make sure it's a good one with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where it's fun and affordable to get the latest trends. Girls, head to the salon and get pampered for only $27. Guys, get the cut and style you've always wanted for only $17. Or try out our other salon services. It's time to get noticed. Only at Lisa Thomas Salon. Your style, perfect style.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's has a trained technicians and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Lovely cheese and sausage deep dish pizza waiting to be devoured. Okay, folks, high and tight. National Signing Day was last week, and if you noticed, Illinois football, they had a whopping total of 2 in-state recruits. That is all Illinois football was able to land. And I know Coach Cubitt, it was a whole thing. He's waited to actually make it official, his hiring, 2-year contract. That does no one any good, a 2-year contract. Commits, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. A kid's going to commit to a 4-year university when the coach may be canned in 2 years. So there's not really a security blanket there. But for them to only get 2 in-state recruits, one being a local kid from Lincoln Way West, Cam Gavin, that's a great thing. And he's a great lineman. Good to see him going down there. Hopefully they could turn it around. There's some other local kids from the area that are on that roster. So hopefully they could turn it around. But, man, Illinois has got to do a better job of recruiting Illinois. That's for sure. And kudos to Pat Fitzgerald. He's done a nice job, too. I don't think he didn't get anybody from this area, but he did a nice job nationally, as well as getting some kids from the north suburbs. But we all know. People up north, they just don't get it. This is where the prime talent is, on the south side. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the show. Have a great week. Have a happy Valentine's Day on Sunday to everybody as well. We'll see you next week.